Welcome to part 1 of our daily stretch routine. This is my daughter Annabelle, she's 8 years old and she's going to help me demonstrate the following exercises. Annabelle's now going to demonstrate our first exercise called the shoulder roll. The setup for this one then is she is sat on the ground nice and upright with her head up looking forward. Her hands are directly behind her hips with her palms down and she's pushing her hands firmly into the ground. From here, she's going to pull her shoulders back and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Here, she will take a deep breath in, and now when she breathes out, she rolls the shoulders forward. And now breathe in, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then breathe out. Here, I'd like you to pause the video and perform 10 shoulder rolls. Now you have performed your 10 shoulder rolls, we're now ready to complete a deeper stretch to the front of the arms and the shoulders. Keep your hands in the same position as you did for the shoulder rolls. And now Annabelle, can you please move your hips forward? Here, Annabelle's moving forward until she feels a stretch to the front of the arms and the shoulders. Her head is up and she's looking at the wall in front of her. Her legs are nice and straight with her toes pointed forward. Now here, make sure your palms are pushed firmly down into the ground, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Annabelle's now going to quickly turn so you can see where the hands are behind her back. So Annabelle, can you just move here for the camera? And you can see here the hand placement behind her back. I would now like you to pause the video and perform this stretch for 1 minute. Our next exercise for today is called the book openers. Now Annabelle's led on her right side with her shoulders just in front of her hips and her knees are stacked on top of each other. From here, she's going to rotate her left arm all the way around and her head follows the left hand. Once her shoulder blades hit the floor, she's going to return her left hand all the way back to where she started. Here she breathes out and when she rotates, she's going to take a deep breath in, reaching those arms away from each other, and then she returns back to the start position. I would like you to pause the video and perform this one for 10 repetitions per side. Our next exercise for today is called the downward dog. So Annabelle, could you push your hips up toward the ceiling into the downward dog position? And walk those hands back a little bit closer to your feet, so walk those hands back. That's it. So the setup here then is Annabelle's pushing her palms firmly into the ground with her hips pushing up toward the ceiling. The back of her legs are nice and straight, and for a bit of variation here, she's going to perform a heel march. So Annabelle, could you slightly bend one knee and push the opposite heel toward the floor? Can you swap to the opposite side? And repeat. Just remember to keep pushing your hands firmly into the ground and keep those hips up as high as you can toward the ceiling. I would now like you to pause the video and perform the downward dog heel march for 20 repetitions. Now we've completed the downward dog heel marches, Annabelle's now going to demonstrate the upward dog position. So Annabelle, could you come forward into position? For the upward dog, Annabelle's wrists are directly underneath her shoulders with her shoulders pulled back and down. Her chin is up, looking up toward the ceiling. Her legs are nice and straight with her toes pointing back to the wall behind her. She's pushing her arms firmly into the ground and finding that stretch through her tummy muscles. After you've held this one for around about 15 to 20 seconds, I would now like you to perform some active reps, combining with the downward dog position, and then coming forward into the upward dog position, and then back up to the downward dog position, and then forward into the upward dog position. Could you pause the video and perform this position or this movement for 5 active reps? This position is a great exercise to stretch the feet and the ankle. Now Annabelle is sat on top of her heels with her feet as straight as she can get them. She's then going to bring her hands behind her hips with her palms flat to the ground, and she's gently going to raise her knees off the ground until she feels a stretch through the front of the ankle and the foot. She's keeping her thighs nice and close together. She's then going to return her legs back to the start position, bringing her hands forward. Then she will repeat. It's important to note Annabelle gets quite a good position here. If you're very tight through the foot and the ankle, you may not be coming up as high as this, and that's absolutely fine. If you could come back to the start position. I would now like you to pause the video and perform 10 active repetitions. Now we have performed our 10 active repetitions, Annabelle's now going to demonstrate how to find a deeper stretch for this position. So Annabelle, could you bring your hands back behind you? Remember, keep these thigh bones nice and long. For some of you, that may be where you want to stay. You might be feeling a strong stretch here. For those of you who want to push this one a little bit further, Annabelle, could you drop down onto the forearms? Again, the head will slide back slightly, looking up toward the ceiling. And for a further progression, Annabelle could drop back onto her head with her arms nice and straight by the side of her hips. You need to choose one of these 3 variations we've just shown, and you need to hold it for around about 45 to 60 seconds. Now for our final exercise for today's stretching routine. Annabelle's now going to perform a stretch for her thighs. Annabelle, could you place your palms flat to the ground and lift the hips up toward the ceiling until you feel that stretch through your thighs. Here, Annabelle's head we're just going to slide the head back and look directly up toward the ceiling. She's pushing her palms firmly into the ground and she's squeezing her shoulder blades together. Here you need to tighten your bum cheeks as well. You need to squeeze your bum cheeks in this position. Annabelle's going to slowly lower down until she feels the heels on the back side, and now she's going to push those hips back up until she finds that stretch in the thighs. Now slowly back down. Take the breath in this position, and Annabelle, as you push those hips up, you're going to take that breath out. And I would like you to pause the video and repeat this one for 10 active repetitions.